Good morning, budding bookworms. We're going to be talking about your dad today. So my first book is called It's Father's Day because on Sunday it is Father's Day. It's Father's Day. Father's Day. Today is Father's Day. I love my dad. Father's Day is in June. It's a special holiday. We show Dad how much we care. Gifts. We make cards for Dad. Dad likes our homemade cards. We're going to do one today. We make art for Dad. We get him a gift. We're going to do art for Dad today. We do chores. We help Dad. A special day. We let Dad sleep late. Dads work very hard. We go out for brunch. We get Dad's favorite foods. Chocolate. My dad likes sports. We go to the park. We play baseball. We will visit uncles and grandfathers. Do you celebrate Father's Day? Today we're going to do a song about fathers. And I'm going to do the letters and you can sing along.
I have a very special friend, and Daddy is his name. Oh, D-A-D-D-Y, 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 and Daddy is his name. Oh, I have a very special friend, and Daddy is his name. Oh, A-D-D-Y, 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 and Daddy is his name. Oh, I have a very special friend, and Daddy is his name. Oh, D-D-Y, 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 and Daddy is his name. I have a very special friend, and Daddy is his name. Oh, D-Y, 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 and Daddy is his name. I have a very special friend, and Daddy is his name.
Why? Why?
Why? And Daddy is his name. I have a very special friend, and Daddy is his name. And Daddy is his name.
Good job, everybody. Okay, we'll turn off the music. And now we're going to talk about things that you might want to do with your dad on Father's Day or any day. First of all, this might be a fun thing to do this summer. It's camping. Or you could just go for a hike. Or playing with balls, playing catch, kickballs, soccer. Here's another ball one. Can you guess what it is? Yes, golfing. Or in the park, we could go and play frisbee or frisbee golf. This is a special one. Fishing. I'm going to catch a seahorse. Good. Or we could play table games. It's always a fun thing to do. Another kind of game, which I'm sure your dad loves to play, is video games, and you can play with them doing the games. Or another kind of game that we do at our house, these are dominoes. And what we like to do is build. We can build houses. We can build roads with the dominoes. Or the most fun is to see how high you can stack the dominoes. And then it's always fun just to knock them over. Lots of different things that you can do with your dads. So I will just move that over there. And today we're going to do a craft for your dad. Just like the book said, we're going to do a card and a craft. So if you got our supply list, this is what we're making today. So you can see it's a baseball mitt and a ball. And then the surprise is we push it up and there's a picture of you. That's the surprise for your dad. And the writing on the bottom is, my dad is a catch, because we're going to catch the ball. So I used foam for mine. If you don't have foam, construction paper would work too. So you have to get a pencil or a marker, and we're going to draw our glove. So I'm just going to use a pen, and I'm going to go around the outside of the glove, around the fingers, like that. So there's the outline of the glove. I'm going to get my scissors, cut them out. And I picked brown because baseball gloves are made of leather, so leather is usually brown in color. There we go. Baseball glove. And then up in the corner is netting on the glove. You see that? Just draw some lines, and then we can draw in the fingers on the glove. All right, now we need a baseball. I didn't have white, so it's sort of a gray, but it'll still give you the idea. And we're going to draw the lines on the baseball. Okay, so 2 lines like that, and then we're going to make stitching on our baseball. That's what holds it together. Okay, so we've got our mitt, our ball, and we need a stick for your pitcher. So, as you can see on the back, I just glued on the pitcher onto the stick. I don't have another pitcher, so I'm not going to do it, but you can. And then you glue your pitcher onto your baseball. Like this. Just glue it right on. Now, how does it go up and down? You have to cut a hole as big as your pitcher is to go up and down. So if you have a smaller pitcher, just make a smaller hole. Like that. And that's where the pitcher will go up and down like this. And your ball. Oops. And your ball. All right? Then we're going to do your writing on the bottom. My dad is a catch. My dad, how do you spell dad? D-A-D. On our pictures, we did daddy, D-A-D-D-Y. My dad is a catch. And the last thing I would like you to do is to put your name on the bottom of the stick and put the year. So your dad can keep this for a long time and he'll remember looking back that you made this special gift for him on Father's Day. Okay, we have one more card to make for your dad. This is called a portrait. So I just looked for any special piece of paper to draw your dad. Now a portrait is his head up, so that's what we're going to do today. But if you don't have a special piece of paper, you could make a frame with construction paper or just draw something fancy around. So I'm going to try and draw my dad. His head. My dad has big ears. And you know what? He doesn't have much up top for hair, so I'm just going to give him a little. And his eyes. He has blue eyes, so I'm going to use my blue. And we'll give him a nose. And a big smile. Now you could draw even further if you'd like to come down and do his shoulders. What about a tie? Do you think your dad would like to wear a tie? We could decorate that. Be some polka dots. Okay, and then at the top we'll say to Dad or Daddy. And then down at the bottom we're going to put love, L-O-V-E, love, and then your name. I think your dad will love the picture of him because you drew it, and that's what makes it special. Okay, now we're going to read a story, and this is a funny story by one of my favorite authors, Robert Munsch. And we have to use your imagination on this one, but I know you can do that. We're going to pretend that this is ice. So in our story, it is very cold, not like today. It's called Give Me Back My Dad. So as you can see, she's all dressed up nice and warm. By Robert Munsch. One day, Cheryl and her father decided to go ice fishing. They got a snowmobile, put all their stuff in the sled in the back, and went bouncing over the lakes and across until they came to a very good place to fish. Here we are. This place, said Cheryl's father, is the best place to fish in the whole world. But the fish are smart. You've got to be really smart to catch these fish. Oh, phooey, said Cheryl. I'm smarter than any fish. So her father got out an ice drill and drilled an enormous hole. They dropped the ice, chopped the ice, and drilled some more. And then they were done. Wow, said Cheryl's father, really thick ice. Now we can fish. got out the hook and a line and bait and said to Cheryl, "You fish down this hole, but be very careful. These fish are smart." "Phooey," said Cheryl, "I'm smarter than any fish." She jigged her line up and down, 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 and said, "I want to catch a fish." "Be patient," said her dad. So Cheryl jigged her line up and down, 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 and said, "I want to catch a fish." Then out of the hole came a candy bar with a line on it. "Look at that," said Cheryl. "It's a candy bar." Her father yelled, "Don't touch that!" But Cheryl grabbed the candy bar and was pulled right down underneath the ice. Cheryl's father yelled down the hole, "Give me back my baby!" A big fish stuck its head out of the water and said, "We caught this kid fair and square. You can't have her back." "Grrr," said Cheryl's dad. Cheryl's dad got an idea. He put a very small piece of bait on the line and he jigged it up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And all of a sudden, he pulled up a very small fish. The big fish stuck its head out of the water and said, "Give me back my baby." "Well," said Cheryl's father, "I'll give you back your baby if you will give me back my baby." "Grrr," said the big fish. Cheryl's father tossed the little fish back, and Cheryl came flying out of the hole. She said, "Brr, it's cold." And right away she started to turn into an icicle. Her father picked her up, ran to get a fire going in the Labrador tent. Soon Cheryl was warm and dry like a piece of toast. "Now," said her father, "we're going back out there. Don't pick up anything the fish throws out of the hole. These are very smart fish." "Right," said Cheryl. They went back out and Cheryl jigged her line up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, "I want to catch a fish." A candy bar with a line came up out of the hole. "Oh no," said Cheryl. "I'm not that dumb." She jigged her line up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, "I want to catch a fish." Up came a bag of popcorn with a line on it. Cheryl said, "I'm not that dumb." And she jigged her line up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, "I want to catch a fish." Then up came a television. "Wow," said Cheryl, "that looks pretty nice. But I'm not that dumb." Cheryl jigged her line up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, "I want to catch a fish." She waited some more, and up came a $50,000 bill with a line on it. Her father said, $50,000? he grabbed it and got pulled down under the ice. "Grrr," said Cheryl, as she yelled down the hole, "Give me back my daddy!" The baby fish stuck his head out of the water and said, "Hey, we caught him fair and square. You can't have him back." Cheryl got an idea. She got a huge piece of bait on the line, and she jigged it up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, "I've got to catch a daddy fish." All of a sudden, the big fish grabbed the bait, and Cheryl pulled him in. The baby fish stuck his head out of the hole and said, "Give me back my daddy." "Well," said Cheryl, "I'll give you back your daddy if you give me back my daddy." "Grrr," said the little fish. Cheryl threw the daddy fish back into the water, and Cheryl's father came flying up out of the hole. He said, "Brr, it's cold," and started turning into an icicle. Cheryl pulled her father to the tent, and she put wood on the stove till he was warm and dry like a piece of toast. Then Cheryl said, "Daddy, why did you grab the money? I thought you were smarter than a fish." "I am smarter than a fish," said her father. "And I know that you are smarter than any fish. And I knew that you would get me out. And I still have the money." "Right," said Cheryl. And they went back to town and bought Cheryl her very own snowmobile. That was just a fun story. Okay, so we are going to say goodbye now, but I want you to remember to do something special with your dad on Sunday. Make him a treat, give him a kiss, tell him you love him. He'll love that. And next week, we're going to be talking about camping. Maybe even making s'mores. So I hope you have a good week, and we will see you next Thursday. Bye, everybody. See you later.